Just a quick question. Game day, obviously, and with 56 of these things, I guess and you may have been asked this, but the onus on getting off to a strong start here, especially the way this season and in particular this division is structured.
Yeah, I mean, you always like to get confirmation of what you're feeling after a 14-day training camp of such diligent work on the players' side. Also the commitment to the plan that we've put in place here is very high, and now we'd like to see it in play. And everybody brings in the passion and the work ethic that needs to go to execute what we'd like to do. So yeah, a good start is always good for the confidence, but we are in a small picture situation here. There continue to be distractions or nuances that we're needing to adjust to. What important is when the pucks drop to the end of the game, that we come as close to our game as we'd like to. We're not expecting perfection here, but a strong start here today would definitely launch us in the right direction.
Ralph, I want to go back to something you said yesterday a little bit, that the idea of coaching in this division with this schedule, with preparing for teams, how much more do you focus? Does it become more focus or less focus than the other team playing them so much? Because you got to throw change-ups in, you know what I mean.
I think as we adjust to this many games in a row against one team with 8, the upper end skill is going to be the difference maker. I think that keeping the strong players in a good place and not overusing them, keeping them with a sense of freshness, but still, using them obviously wherever possible to close out games is going to be probably more important than in the past, because I believe structurally we're not going to be able to surprise each other very much after a couple of games here, and it's going to be specialty teams are going to be a very, very big difference maker this year. We need to be bang on right off the bat with our PK and our PP, and we will be trying as coaches to dig through the many layers to find windows of opportunity, but it will get more and more difficult as you get on, and believing in your game and sticking to your game consistently will actually be more important than continually adjusting to the others. And I think that's something we began with last year already, and will continue to be our main focus is what do we need to do, what's our game, and push it down with an aggressive attacking style with and without the puck to create the W's. So it is a good question, and again, we're going into no man's land, and in a month I'll probably be able to speak with you a little deeper about how those relationships against these teams, playing them over and over again, how we can take advantage of that.
Hi, Ralph. Out of an abundance of caution because of COVID-19, some teams I saw are separating their taxi squad goalie from the goalies on the active roster, or trying to socially distance even the 2 goalies on the active roster, because if you have an outbreak, you can't go without having a goalie. And we saw some of those issues in the NFL. So what precautions, if any, would you like to take with your goalies to ensure that if you have one positive test, you don't have 2 or 3, especially at that position when it can be so difficult?
Oh yeah, we have major separation. Like in the locker room, they're across from each other, and JJ at the moment is dressing in another space. And even if they are in practices together, they're never very close, and always, with the space that we have in the stadium. But yeah, we are definitely keeping an eye on the different positions, the centermen, the goalies especially. But we just need to keep all the precautions in place. We're very good at the mask wearing, hand washing, social distancing when we eat, and so on and so forth. So we've got excellent protocols in place, and of course, when it comes to position specific, we also have an added plan already to the strict protocols that everybody's sticking to here.
Ralph, during training camp, have you seen an improvement in Carter Hutton? Have you seen maybe a better goaltender than you saw last year?
We've really liked Carter Hutton's camp, and he's come in here extremely confident, very fit, and he's in a good place, and we're excited about that. But in relation to where he was in the latter part of the season, I would say yes, but we had him in a good place at the start of last year, and now the key will be to maintain that right through the whole season.
Ralph, Colin Miller had a kind of a tough transition to the Sabres last year, but here he is in the opening night lineup. He was playing a lot at the end of last year. How has he gotten comfortable and kind of transformed his game?
Yeah, first of all, everybody here knows we had an abundance of defensemen last year as people were coming in and out of the lineup, and at times we even had 9 NHL defensemen here, so it was a different mix. And now he has adjusted and acclimatized completely to not only the area of Buffalo, but also on the ice to the way we want to play. He's getting used to the aggressive gapping style that we expect from our defensemen, while still adding to the offense, which he's very good at. He's got some upside on the attacking game. So what we like is his defensive commitment has continued to improve, and his ability to understand what we need him to do within our group. And so he has earned, this top 6 start here. And, we look forward to seeing this next level of Colin Miller.
Hey, Ralph, I know you always want to see guys play instinctually within the principles, but do the instincts take on an even greater emphasis tonight, given the layoff?
That is quite clear that we've spent, everybody knows we've had 2 weeks here to speak about all the tactical, variations that we find important, the way our principles on the ice come into play. But now we've stopped the teaching, and it's time to play, and it's time to let their instincts roll, and to have fun, that we're back playing hockey again, playing games, competing, which is what we're all about. And you are right, Jordan. It's going to be an evening where we let them flow, we let them go, we don't overcoach, and you don't want to overcorrect. And tomorrow morning we can regroup and go back to some teaching, and then it's back at it again. And it's going to be a high-paced season where it's important to know when the energy needs to be focused on what. And tonight it needs to be focused on playing, on enjoying it within our structure as good as possible. And, again, we will be patient because all teams will need some time to find their legs and get into game shape here.
Hi, Ralph. Ovechkin's starting his 16th season. He's 35, but I imagine he's not any less of a headache for a coach. What's the challenge of him, and what do you think is allowed him to keep doing this for so long?
Well, just one of the highest scoring instincts ever in the history of the game, and I think he is supported really well. If he's going, let's say, with Oshie and Backstrom, they know exactly the strengths and weaknesses and how to set him up, and whether it's on the 5-on-5 off a power play or face-offs, he's possibly the most lethal on any one draw. He can bring that puck through bodies to the net as well as anybody. So, we still have a circle around him, Tom, and a lot of respect for what he's capable of doing. And we look forward to doing our best to shut him down.